Living in the projects was rough. You had to fight every day and go through a lot of things mentally as well. Growing up, I used to see my mom get beat on by my brother's dad, freckle-faced Tony. I was so angry. That was the worst. Daniel Steverson, how are you?
All right, and you, how you doing, Graham? How you doing, sir?
And where are you? I can see you're in a vehicle. Do you want to tell? Do you want to start with where you are and expand out? What's the
Okay.
vehicle you're in?
I'm in my personal vehicle, but actually, I work two jobs. So my second job, I work a couple of days a week here. So I got here early so I could make sure I be on time for the interview, and also, just see. And then it looked like it's like messy weather a little bit, gonna be raining and stuff. But I don't know. So I just that's where I'm at now.
So what's the job? What is your day job when you're not writing books?
Uh, Cleaning. I'm doing cleaning. I got a cleaning business, but I help a friend of mine. She got cleaning contracts right now, so I'm working with her right now.
Right. And so whereabouts are you in the United States?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. Hotlanta. Is it still called Hotlanta? Or is that an old
Yeah.
way? Is it still called that?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I've been to
Yes, sir.
Atlanta. I went when I used to work in radio. I went to a radio convention. I went to the morning show boot camp in Atlanta, and every damn road is called Peachtree.
Right. Well, yeah. It seemed that way. It just the traffic be horrible. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it's like congested traffic almost all over Atlanta, man. And then you see, like if you get a day like this, like it look like it's gonna rain, the weather, it could be iffy, and then like this the time of the season where it turned from summer to fall, and then it just iffy, and then that tropical weather and stuff. So it's for the most part it's hot though,
Yeah,
very
I
hot.
was there in an August, and it was stinking hot. I went to a Braves game,
Right.
and I went to the Coca-Cola Museum.
Yeah. How was that Braves game? I know that Braves game was nice. It's a
The
whole
Braves
strip
game,
full of.
the Braves game, it was at Turner Field. I don't think they play there anymore. I think they knock that down or something, or
Yeah, they knocked it down. They got a new stadium called Truist.
right. And it was owned by
Yeah.
Ted Turner at the time, so CNN was all over it. I don't know if he still owns the team.
I don't think he does.
And
Cause yeah, they moved.
it was the Braves versus the Dodgers, and it
Right.
was my first ever baseball game,
Right.
and I loved it. I had a great time, and I had hot dogs and beer and watched the game, and when the home runs
Right.
going at the thing, and and when people it was just great, but I have no idea who won. I wasn't following the scoring.
Right.
It just,
Yeah.
but I had a great
I mean,
time.
exactly. Hey, that's you know what, and that's the number one thing about it. It's about the great time.
Yeah.
Um, and if it's your first time, yeah, you ain't got it. Like me, I only went to two baseball games, me and my family, and I loved it. From the was it both? No, both of them was at the new stadium.
Yeah.
I never went to the one in CNN, the one over there by Turner
Turner
Stadium. I
Field.
never
Yeah.
Turner
Yeah.
Field. I didn't ever get to go, but
Yeah.
the one the new one, Graham, the whole stretch before you even get into the stadium. When you get into the stadium, it's a whole strip full of stuff you can do before you get in the stadium. Just the whole experience, like you said. I knew who won, but it didn't even matter. It's just all about being being in that environment,
Just great.
enjoying yourself. Yeah, it
Yeah, and
is.
shouting and yeah, go, go. Just great. Yeah, go
Yes,
Braves. Yeah.
yes, yes.
It
And
was just
they
great.
have people, man. They be up there yelling at the players and everything,
Yeah.
drinking. Yeah,
No, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
man.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, well, we're not here to talk about baseball. Daniel, we're here to talk about My Name is Smart Alex, which is a wonderful book, a challenging book, and a book that to me it was just the reality, and there's grittiness in there, and there's and anyway, the book is now an audio book, and I was privileged enough to be chosen as the narrator. Tell me about My Name is Smart Alex.
Okay. Basically, it's a book about um, a young man, and it's a book about my brother, um,
He is
Alexander.
literally your blood brother?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And so, basically, when we started this, he knew I deal with publishing books, all types of formats or whatever, and so he was incarcerated. He was
Mhm.
um, in a federal prison, and so he was telling me, he was like, well, I got this brother, I got this friend of mine in here. He was, he trying to tell me about putting the stuff into the book. I said, yeah, you're right. He's right. You need to put it into a book,
Yeah.
because it's you got something to tell. You got something. You got other kids like you, like us, that grew up like us. It needs to be said, needs to be heard, and you never know where it goes. And when I started reading it, I already knew it was gonna be, good. Um, I'm just humble. Like, he gave me the privilege to, while he was in there, he sent me the stuff. We put the book together, from the print book, the the cover art, the interior, all
So
that
he
stuff.
wrote it and you kind of
Yes,
compiled it and edited it.
yes, yes.
Wow.
He
Wow.
sent
So
it
he
to
wrote it
me.
while he was incarcerated?
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I just had to go over, and I'm like, man, this is, as I was reading, I'm like, wow, and I'm starting visualizing everything he was saying,
Yeah.
you know, and at this point, certain points in his life, in our life, um, we were staying in the projects, called Christopher Columbus Projects. We were staying in the projects, um, and so some point in time, I went to college. I went off to Penn State University, and he was still there. He was a teenager at this time. Meanwhile, we already had the street stuff in front of us. When you come out your door, you got the drug dealers, the runners, all of that stuff that's happening outside the door. And so you can't help but see it. It's about if you're gonna gravitate to it, or you're gonna go the opposite direction. I went the opposite direction. He gravitated to it. Him and my other brothers. And if I was didn't go to college, I would have ended up gravitating to it. But I knew something was more than that surroundings, that environment, and I was like, I have to go. And I wanted to grab. I'm trying to teach them and show them, from my example. But um, he got involved in the street life. It was already there. It just
It must
amount
be
of
it must be pretty hard not to go that way when that's the environment you're in, when that's the norm. And you can
right,
see and in the book he talks about, the temptation and seeing the money that you could make, the quick money and the
right,
things you can get,
right,
with putting very little time in. It's work, but you
right,
don't have to put as much time in to get the results. You can see why so many people end up going that way as a product of
right,
the environment, through,
right.
I mean, everybody has choices to make, but it's pretty hard, I would have thought, in that environment to make the right choices.
Right. It is. It is. Especially when you got a single mom. She taking care of three boys. Right. And reason why we changed the names. My brother name is Mark Fry,
Hmm.
and he wanted to change the names. I don't know. I guess he didn't want people to know right then and there he's talking about him. But people that's close to him and close to us, that will stand and live around us, they gonna know it's him. They gonna know it's his mom and our mom, Nisi. and that's why we changed the names. Okay, but if you know us and you see when you see his name on the front of the cover on the audio books or the print books, you know it's him. But
Yeah. Wow. So how important do you think it was? I'm trying to generally for society. You mentioned it was a single mom.
yeah,
How important do you think that family units are to helping young kids and having a strong a male role model in the environment? How important is that, do you think, to kids,
well
especially young boys?
that's very important, Graham. That's very important because the fact is, young men they need. You'll see the impact. They need that structure. The mom can only do but so much. She can't teach a little boy how to be a man. She can't teach him that. Now, a real man, he's gonna, if he's about his business, he ain't falling to the the temptations, the addictions, like drugs, women, money. If he don't fall for that, and he's a stand-up man, go out here and work a 9 to 5 job, or he has his own business. Um, the boys need it. The family, the family structure needs it. The man is particularly supposed to be the head. He supposed to lead by example. The mom supposed to be the helpmate. She's supposed to, help. And the man as the head. And it ain't about money. Being a breadwinner makes you the head, but yeah, they need the man in the home. We needed a man in the home because, as you see, it was easily um, the predators was out there. Meaning, you as a kid, you be influenced by a lot of influences out there from your friends you grew up with that's out there doing it, doing the opposite. And but it's very needed, very needed, very needed. I can't stress it any more importantly than that. It's very needed for the man to be in the household and be in the home. Family structure, like back then when we was growing up. Okay, if you did bad in school or you did bad in the streets, right? You had your neighbors. Now, if you ain't have a dad there, you had your mom. She took care of you. Okay, she working. If you did bad, the neighbor deal with you. They don't have that no more. Am I?
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
have that no more. If you
Yeah.
hit somebody kid and you the neighbor, now it's a fight.
Yeah.
And same thing in school.
They
It,
call
it,
the
it got away
police.
from structure.
Yeah, yeah. So community is important too, as well as having
Yes.
that male dominant male role model. A friend of mine actually, who actually I met in Atlanta on this radio convention. He was on the radio. It's a guy called Griff, and
Yes.
he's now a stand-up comedian. And he was
Oh,
helping.
Griff.
You know Griff?
Griff from he
Is
on
he
the
still on the
Christian
radio?
he on the Christian radio now. He
Yeah,
yeah, ballhead Griff.
that's him. Well,
I would think so.
Griff's a friend of mine. Do you know him
Yeah,
personally, or do you know him from the radio?
from the radio. I don't know him personally though.
Okay, well, if you
But
ever
yeah,
call up the station, tell him you speak to Graham Mack. He knows me really well.
huh?
And yeah, I know Griff
Okay.
really. Yeah, I've had him on when I was still in radio. I had him on my show. And yeah, well, Griff, he was at one time in Atlanta. He was getting together role models for young kids in Atlanta to stop them getting in
Right.
gangs. Because if they don't have the family
Right.
unit at home, they look for the family in the gang. And I think,
There
and
you
he was
go.
doing that. But Griffey's a good guy. So if you ever
Yeah.
get to meet Griff, say hi for me. Because I haven't spoken to him for a couple of years now, actually. And it was like this
Yeah.
I spoke to him. But yeah,
Right.
he's very big on that. He really understands that is something that there's a way people can help young people, is
Right.
give them a solid role model. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Give them a good out, man, where they have an avenue or out. Yes, sir.
now, one of the things that came through the book, I mean, obviously, the character in the book, Smart Alex, he ended up in jail. So he did bad things to get in jail. But
Yes.
the more you read it, though, he's a good guy. He's got a
Yes.
good heart and a good
Yes.
soul.
Yes.
Did you feel, for me, I was really, it was a real tragedy because you'd read through it and you think, oh, he's gone and done the wrong thing again. Yeah, I was on his
Yeah.
side, you know.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he just make it work and just get, because he knew it was wrong. Because deep
Right.
down, he's got a heart of gold.
Right. I guess he, and Mark, in his mindset, see, we had it, like, again, we had the hustling mindset. Look, we ain't getting much money from mom. We got to get out here and get some money. I know, and I had worked as a bagger, 9 to 5 job. But again, um, I guess once you attract those spirits, the familiar spirits of the bad and the wrongdoing,
Yeah.
it go beyond the natural stuff. Meaning, if you surround yourself with people like that, like-minded like that, it could, even when you don't look for it, it still clings itself to you. If that makes sense. Like, I think
Yeah.
like him, with him, yeah, he had a good heart. He would help a lot of people. He would, you know what I'm saying, try to do the right thing. But yet, it's that influence again. When
Yeah.
you know right, you can go left. When you go right, when you know it, but yet you still subject to it.
Plus,
If
it's the
that makes
path of least resistance. I mean, it's harder to go the right way when everybody you know and everything around you is saying, come on, you know, this is easy. This is much easier than putting in the
right,
hard yards. Yeah, the
right,
instant gratification. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's easy to do that, but it's hard to walk away sometimes. Yeah, it's hard to walk away sometimes. And me us growing up, and because it's like, man, you want this, but you like, no, this is gonna bring some consequences that I don't want.
Yeah.
That the thing about it, once he started this as a young kid, it just like that pattern followed him all until he was a grown man. And so now it's like, all right, I know this continue not to work for me. I get a lot of money, made a lot of money, but at the end of the day, it's gonna take me away from my kids. It's gonna take me away. It's gonna take my freedom away. Lord forbid if I don't get killed out here, and just, But yeah,
Yeah. Staying alive will be a major problem, I would have thought. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And so, what kind of person do you think will get the most from this book and this audio book? Who is going to be inspired the most by this? Because I found I was kind of moved by it, and my environment completely different to that, but I could relate
Yes,
to when you get, you know, in life when you have to make serious choices. Um,
right,
Obviously, nothing like what the character went through.
right.
Who do you think will get the most from this story?
I believe some little kids, um, that don't have the male role model, don't have that dad there.
Yeah.
Um, Hopefully it touched them homes. Um, and it's worldwide. It's just kid, period. Whether you be white, black, you got poor white, poor Puerto Rican. Once it touched those kids that come from a impoverished environment, um, that you still got avenues, people out there that are they could help you. Um, Hopefully it touched them. Hopefully it touched men that before they walk away from their kids, because like his dad, um, stuff he was doing, instead of being the men we had in our life, they ain't take the the ham of it. But hopefully it touched the kids, touched the dads, um, even maybe single moms. Maybe if they having a problem with the dad, they'll keep the dad involved, and despite whatever how they feel about the dad, if the dad is doing right, don't get in the way. Let them have a relationship with their kids.
Mm, mm, yeah, it's important stuff. And
Yeah,
how did you find the process of turning the book into an audio book? Because that's a whole different thing again, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Um, I just, I mean, you, I just love the whole. Oh my gosh, it's it's like the audio's yeah, it's a whole different realm than the print because it's somebody actually bringing your words to life. It's just like visual too, like the movies or um, people are actually bringing your vision to life, right? So I'm just so happy. I did my books, my personal books that I did for my publishing. I had started and I had um, looked up my first book with ACX, and I was just happy that that avenue was there,
Yeah.
and that because I'm gonna say this for books, it's a lot of people that don't want to read, and
Yeah.
there's people that can't read,
And there's people
but
too
you
busy
always
doing
can't.
something else to read. I mean, you're working two jobs, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you can't lose with audio. You can't lose it. You can listen all the time.
Well, it was a pleasure to do, and it was an honor to do because I think it's an important story. Let's just quickly get back to the character in the book, Smart Alex. You
Yes.
know him; he's your brother.
Yes.
So, and
I
what
mean,
what?
we came up with that character. I came up with the character because I know my mom, his mom, they always just say like he's too smart for his own good. Like he before he even got into the drug game, he was out there watching the drug dealers, and he could tell you everything like the news reporters, everything that went on. So it's like, man, you too smart for your own good. So I thought about it, okay, and then they call you a smart Alec. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, let's call him Smart Alex. Yeah, man.
And what's the story with him now? When does he get out?
Well, he's out now.
Oh, good,
Um,
good. He's out
right
now.
now, yes, sir.
And
Yeah,
is he
he's
putting
out
his
now.
life back together? Is he on the straight and narrow? Does the future look bright?
Yes, yes. He's putting his life into perspective now. So it's kind of hard cut from what he was doing before he went in, all them years, and so him working a regular 9 to 5 job. I know he still have his challenges because it ain't the money he was used to making, but he ain't trying. He know he's not trying to go back in there.
Yeah,
He,
yeah.
yeah, and he now he's with his kids. His kids is older now, and so he just trying to do the right thing with them. He talked to me, cause he lives in Patterson, from where we from, Patterson, New Jersey, and so now he tell me, when you come back home, bro, he's like, just be careful. The streets ain't like it was when we was out there. Like you could act, you could be at the wrong place at the wrong time, but you mindful of that back then. Versus now, you don't know uh, what particular places you can't be at. Put yourself in danger, and he tell me that. So basically, he go to work, try to have a connection with his kids, and he back in the house. He don't hang out.
That's good to know, Daniel. Because as I was reading it, I'm thinking, oh, I hope it all, hope it all works out for him.
Yeah.
Because you can tell
Yes.
that he's a good guy. He just
Yeah.
ended up doing the wrong things, and
Right.
because to him doing the wrong things was easier than doing the right things. And it's great that he
Right.
straightened it all out, and things are looking
Right.
up, and things are good. So that this
Right.
is this is all good. So it really is an inspirational book. This one
Yes.
for anybody, but not just anybody who is facing those challenges in that kind of environment. It's a cracking story. It would make you mentioned movies. It'd make a hell of a movie or a mini
You know what?
series.
I appreciate that. I told him that. I said, bro. I said, bro. I said, listen. I could see it. A show for real, like a mini series. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I would tell him. I said, you might need to go and not try to get my ideas. I said, just what you need to work. I said, you need to work on a part two, or
yeah,
I told him, I said, you need to work on this. And I'm gonna get on him again. I'm just like, hopefully he'll work on something else. And but yeah, it to continue it after this book, because like you said, it's all about marketing even more, to get it out to the right person, as far as to make it a visual or make it a movie and stuff like that. 'Cause I don't have no avenue with that, as far as equipment with the visual and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But the story is a good one.
Yeah,
And it's about a good
thank you.
guy and the challenges he faces and the
Thank
mistakes he makes. And I'm sure he'd admit that they were mistakes that he
you.
made.
Right,
The book is called My Name is Smart Alex.
right,
It is now an audio book. It's available on Audible. And if you're watching this on YouTube, in the bottom there, in the description, there's a link where you can click and you can download it straight from Audible. You won't regret it. If you're an Audible member, use it as your part of your monthly subscription. You won't even have to pay any extra for it. My Name is Smart Alex. It's by Mark Fry and Daniel Steverson.
right.
Daniel, what's next for you? You mentioned
Yes.
some other books you've done along the way. What is the plan for you? What's next?
Right now, I've been up there putting new audiobooks on ACX.
Yeah,
So that's what I've been doing. Yes, I got another author. Her name is Yvette Torres, Broken and Torn Down, and this is a good audiobook. It's a Hispanic woman about her, things that she's going through, as a woman, as a mom, and stuff and everything. So I've been, working with my authors, with her, and mainly myself. I got like 4 audiobooks now that I'm almost about to make live and
great. And
everything.
where can we find
So
out more about you? You got a website or is it a Facebook page or something? You got something set up?
yes, it's called Offerings of the Mind Publishing. You
Run it
can
by me
go
again,
on
Daniel. It's called.
Offerings of the Mind Publishing.
Yeah,
Um, and church offerings of the mind. Publishing is the publishing company where you'll see all the authors, you'll see all the books on there, you'll see all the audiobooks. Um, if anybody that's an interested author, and you're looking for an independent publisher, you can email us or email me, offerings of the mind publishing at gmail.com, and we'll respond back to you, take you through the whole process and everything. So that's basically what I've been doing, just finishing up the print books, taking them and creating more audiobooks. And so right now we at good number of audiobooks now and print books. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And then I'm
Offerings of
try
the
to
Mind Publishing.
yes,
I'll put
yep,
a link to that in the description as well, so you can click straight to that and see what else Daniel's been up to. Well, it's great to talk to you, and I hope I haven't kept you from work too long, and I hope the weather
no,
sorts itself out for you, Daniel.
I appreciate this, man. This is I wish we could talk longer, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. How's everything over there in UK?
Things
I
are
never
things.
been.
You never been here? Well, you wouldn't like the
No.
weather here. Although
Yeah.
it didn't rain today, so that was pretty good. Well, if you ever make a trip this way, let me know, because I work with hundreds of authors around the world, and some of them come and visit in London, and I always take them to lunch. So if you
Yeah.
come to London, I'll buy you lunch. Any of the authors I work
Yes,
with,
sir.
and we'll
My
have a
God.
nice long lunch somewhere. Yeah. So if you ever make it over this way, and please give my best to Mark. It's a wonderful book
Okay.
and an inspiration, and it's a cracking story. But for it to be real and to be somebody's life, I think that makes it really special. And for him to come out of it at the other end, to survive it all, I think
Right.
that's terrific. It just is good. Daniel
Right.
Steverson, thank you so much and good luck. This book is called
Thank you for
My
that.
Name is Smart Alex.